Hey guys, it's Bethany from Bethany's 5 on Etsy. I've had a couple of people message lately asking how I make my pom-poms, and so I thought I'd go ahead and make a quick video for you guys. First thing is I like to use a circle of faux fur. Some people use square. I've tried both, and I just find that with the square I get a lot more bulk at the gather portion. So I go ahead and cut my circles out of faux fur by tracing a circle, and then I use a rotary tool and kind of lift it and cut. I might do that as a separate video for you sometime. But it's very important not to just cut the backing and the fur at the same time. Otherwise, all this excess fur here is gone. And when you sew up your pom-pom, you're gonna have some little bald spots that don't look so attractive. So you'll see here that I use unflavored dental floss for my sewing. And the reason for that is it's very, very hard to break dental floss when you pull on it. It's not impossible, I have done it before, but it is much harder than using any other threads that I've tried making pom-poms out of before. So to start, I go ahead and get a nice long piece of dental floss. I use an upholstery needle, it's nice and long, and thread that dental floss onto your needle, and then you're gonna match up the ends here and then just double up your thread. So you can start anywhere on the pom-pom. You're just gonna take about a ½ inch and go all the way around the pom-pom. When it gets too full on the needle, you can go ahead and just slide it down onto the dental floss there. You don't want to go too close to the edge, as it could fray over time. I go about 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch in. When you get back to the end here, you're just gonna pull the needle through and go ahead and cut the needle off of its thread. And then you're gonna turn the pom-pom back the right side out. So at this point, you can kind of get the threads to be a little more even. And we're just gonna tie a very simple knot. Over once, and then once again. You don't want to go any more than 2 times there. Now we're going to go ahead and fill our pom-pom with some polyfill. You can fill it as full or as light as you like. Some people prefer their pom-poms kind of floppy. I like mine nice and full. Let's get a little more polyfill to go in there. Once you've got it all stuffed in there, make sure your threads are clear from all the fur. And I have this special tool. I hope you can see it has some rubber pieces that go over the pliers so that you don't just tear the fabric with metal teeth there. And I go ahead and grab really close to the center and kind of help guide it and pull that knot really nice and tight. You can get it pretty closed up with this tool. And then I go ahead and do it on the other side also. If you try and do this with your fingers, I find that my fingers get torn up by the thread and really sore really fast. So now that your hole is all closed up, I go ahead and tie a couple extra knots just to be extra safe that it's secure there. And then if you wanted to at this point, you could use these 2 threads to sew on a snap. My children are the type that if I snapped a pom-pom onto their hat, it would be gone before they got home from school. So I go ahead and I cut my threads so that there's about ½ inch left on there. And I like to use 2 pieces of yarn. They're about 10 inches. I go ahead and thread that yarn onto my needle. So I'm going to use a slightly larger needle size for that. Put my needle onto the thread there. And then I tuck down the 1/2 inch piece left and just grab both sides of the hole and pull that through. I've got one little piece of yarn sticking out here. And then I do a second one. Just below the first one, grab both sides of the hole, pull it through, and then being extra careful to make sure I grab those 2 pieces and tuck them in, I tie a simple knot, closing up that hole even further and hiding my strings. Just like that. And then I like to take them and just fluff that pom-pom a little bit. Then when I go to attach this to a hat, what I would do is use a crochet hook, poke it through the hat, and pull all 4 threads through, and then I can tie them onto the hat with either a knot or a little bow here and make it easier to change out my pom-pom with a little more security that my children aren't going to lose their pom-pom on the first day of school. So there you go. That's one of my unicorn colored pom-poms. Super simple. I hope you enjoyed.